My first experience with video games was the Wii. As a kid, I had always viewed video games as well, just games. Mere vessels of simple entertainment. My dumb kid brain could not yet conceive of the idea of video games being art. But that all changed when the original Super Mario Galaxy came out. This game was so incredibly mind-blowing that even my prepubescent self could realize the artistry. Super Mario Galaxy was such a creative and fresh title that even today there is a cult-like following, begging for more. I just played it again on the Switch's 3D All-Stars to see how the game holds up in the modern era of gaming. And well, here it is. Unlike Sunshine and 64, Galaxy I feel marks a certain cutoff point for Mario's 3D gaming experience. When I played Sunshine 64, I had high hopes as I knew a lot of people who swear by those games. However, going back to them honestly felt quite clunky, especially Sunshine. While revolutionary at the time, their playability has slowly eroded over the years. Galaxy, on the other hand, feels a bit more accessible to the modern gamer. This is actually quite impressive as it came out on the Wii in 2007. Real quick, let's take a look at Sonic in 2007.
3, 2, 1, go!
Press the 2 button and release to jump.
Yeah, pretty big difference. The movement feels so simple yet refined. It plays perfectly into the more contained environments of Galaxy, making you feel like a speck in the never-ending cosmos. Part of this feeling can be attributed to the camera. The camera in Mario 64 feels awkward to move around and can act as a bit of a deterrent to new players. The camera in Galaxy does all the heavy lifting for you, which can solve a lot of these issues. However, we also need to recognize that the cameraman in Galaxy is a raging alcoholic, and can sometimes make the camera a bit funky. It would have been nice to be able to move the camera freely, but most of the time you are limited to awkward notches, or sometimes no movement at all. It can be a bit hard after playing Odyssey to go back to. However, one area where Mario Galaxy is unchallenged is the soundtrack, which is a flawless 10 out of 10 beautiful triumph. I'm happy. It complements the game's artistic style so well and it's so good. But the soundtrack isn't the only virtual victory. The levels themselves are teeming with originality. Even the hub looks beautiful, and the Lumas are great characters, and Rosalina is a fresh, new idea, and... wait. I'm being sucked back into the nostalgia vortex, and it's shielding me from some of the errors of this game. Granted, there are very few missteps, but there are definitely some spots that haven't aged well when you put it against some of the more modern titles. I have already mentioned that the camera occasionally slips up, but I never realized how crucial the dive is to Mario's movement. I realized that a lot of movement had to be restricted in order to make the unique concepts of Galaxy work, but I yearn for additional movement options, even if it is the not-so-good dive from Bowser's Fury. Additionally, movement can feel a little wonky in certain areas, but that is probably due to the camera, which I have already mentioned several times because there are very few flaws to this game. Additionally, the levels can get a tad repetitive towards the end. There are only so many variations of Lava World before it gets a tad stale. But, in the end, the game's great, and besides a few rough patches, has stood the test of time. I give it an 8.1 out of 10. See you next video.